Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, we are in the Crossroads. And I usually follow a very kind of specific route through this level, and and then I move on, I don't bother usually checking the entire level. I will probably make an effort, I need to give Darren this arming cap. I'll probably make an effort on this particular run. Oh my goodness, another half salve. Are you kidding me? Well, that's actually fantastic news, because I'm going to need to use one of those very soon. Anyway, like I was saying, I'll probably make an effort to explore most, if not all, of this level. Um, I mean, it's just a good habit to get into, I guess, and also in case you are new to the game, it can be helpful for you to see, all that stuff. Um, so I mentioned in previous episodes that the game, the levels, they're not. Ooh, wow, they're not exactly linear. Like you can, especially after the first, well, after the first two floors, really, you can start going to different levels in kind of whatever order you want, but it really kind of starts in Sir's level, or the archives, I mean. So in the level we were just in, the archives, we obviously went from there to here, the Crossroads, but you can also go from the archives to a level that, again, I call the Golem Halls. I don't know what it's exactly called. So you have two options from there, and then here you can go to, let's see, one, two, you can go to the Golem Halls from here, you can go to some sewers from here, the Crossroads sewers. You can also go to the marketplace from here. So as you go, there's like more and more options, So it's not very linear. Ooh, finally a coif. All right, that's going to go under all of this stuff. Now we're up to 2.5. Encumbrance is still not bad. But that coif goes over your head. I guess it goes under your cap, your arming cap, and then of course the cap goes under the helmet, I think anyway. Something like that. Right, okay, and so I also mentioned last time that there's a type of enemy here in the Crossroads that I usually like to minionize. That enemy might not get along with Darren, but it might not be that big of a deal. So if I do run into one of those enemies, they're known as Blade Masters, because they dual wield swords. Actually, really good swords. I guess they're like scimitar type swords. If I run into one of those Blade Masters, I'm going to try to minionize them. Now, I have Continuity 1 and 2, but I already have one binding for strikes, which is why my weapon is glowing. So I can only make one minion unless I turn strikes off. I could make two, but that would be way too much trouble. We're not going to do that. But if I do run into a Blade Master, sometimes you don't run into him if you kind of speed through the level like I normally do. But again, I'm kind of going to spend a little extra time on the level, so I could pretty much guarantee you we're going to run into a Blade Master at some point. And Blade Masters they can be tough to fight. In fact, sometimes there's one in here. I don't see anyone there right now. They can be pretty tough to fight. It's good when you have Darren or some other minion, because one character will distract them while the other one attacks, flanks them. But they parry almost everything you throw at them. That's one thing about dual wielders in this game. Enemies that dual wield are very, very good at parrying, and they will parry so many of your attacks, it's crazy. And so that makes the Blade Masters kind of annoying to fight. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I could guess why Darren is not helping us, because there's just not a lot of room in here. But I'm trying to get the skeleton to leave, come out here, but and of course, as soon as I'm about to cast Bolt, Darren starts running in front of me. You gotta be smarter than that, Darren. You gotta be smarter than that. Alright, I'm gonna see if he'll just come out here. If I just chill. Okay, there we go. Alright, gotcha. Okay, that's good. So we have learned... What were we working on? I never remember. We were working on Barricade. I thought Barricade was... I thought this opened up the next one, but I guess you have to do Wave as well. I did not remember that. So I will work on Wave. I'm not going to put... Well, I guess I'll put Barricade up here, but I don't... I could think of some ways to use it, but I often don't. A lot of these spells I just don't practice with, so I kind of avoid using them. But that will make like a, for lack of a better term, a permanent kind of barricade on the ground. Kind of like the barrier that you can cast with barrier right here, but it just stays on the ground instead of just always kind of being a personal shield. And I don't remember how long it lasts, and there are plenty of good uses for it. But I don't want to cast it right now because I just don't want to use. What I was gonna say, I don't want to use the mana, but I think we'll be all right just to demonstrate it. So what number is this? 9? Yeah. Okay. So there it is right there. Now I can pass through it. I think enemies can pass through it too, maybe, but maybe they can't. I don't know. See, like if you just walk into it, you bounce off it. But if you sprint, you can usually get through it, I think, because that's what I think maybe it just hadn't fully cast yet. Because I thought for a second, wait a minute, since when can I sprint through this? I don't think you're supposed to be able to move through it. So, yeah. So that, okay, good. Yeah, because I was like, man, that doesn't make sense, but I was just going along with the flow and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so now you can't get through it. And it's not a binding, so, like, it's, like, if it were, for instance, actually, it might be a binding. Isn't this a binding? It might be. Like I said, I barely ever use this. Let me try to turn it off. It is a binding. Okay, so to turn it off, I guess what I have to do is press 9 while mousing over. Okay. Okay, like I said, like I said, I don't use barrier, so it's been a long time anyway, so just ignore everything I say. Oh yeah, I should have known it was a binding by the border. And yeah, so it is a binding. You cannot, oh okay, another blue crystal. You cannot pass through it once it is like solid, once it is firmly cast. Alright, I think this is all the same. Each segment here is the same. Also, I just went right through it, didn't even mention it. But yes, this is obviously a secret room. And there's no use for this device, by the way. This will close this hatch back up. But what I did, I should have stopped and said, do you see anything? I mean, not like you would, but you have to double-click this part of this spider right here to open up that door. All right. This one looks like a similar thing, but it does not open. All right, nobody in there. Alright, so I mentioned the Crossroads sewers. There is one entrance to the sewers right there. There is another one on this level as well. This is normally where I go in, and I will go to the sewers once I'm done here in the Crossroads. And then, just like that, this is a way into the marketplace, which is another level. There's a lever right here that I'm mousing over to open that door. But we have lots more to do here in the Crossroads. So we're going into this building. I am following my usual route right now until I kind of take care of a few things. Then I'll explore a little more off the beaten path. And this guy has a dagger, which is actually kind of annoying because they'll try to get in really close. So sometimes you want to keep your distance when you're fighting these guys. Also, the dagger is very quick. All right. There we go. Very nice. There we go. Got him with the overhead to the knee. And so this gear is not bad, but it's really not that good compared to what Darren and I are wearing. This is a club. Also, if we take that guy's helmet off, you can see he's a skeleton. Okay. See if there's anything here. I doubt it. Yeah, and you can check these, but I mean, I don't know that there's ever been anything in any of those pouches. Alright, there's some more of the vambraces, but we don't need those. And again, I don't know why I'm checking that. I just said there's usually nothing. Okay, we're finding lots of blue crystals, which is great. You want lots of blue and green crystals. Again, amber crystals, you only need one. And I'm curious. Now wait a minute. This is new. What is this? This door has always been here, but this door has never been here to my knowledge. That is weird. Okay, let me come back to that. Okay. Yeah, I have never seen that before. That is definitely new. Check here. Those are some more van braces. We're good on all that. Okay, it has totally changed. Okay. I was not expecting this. There's another upgrade sphere, which is great. So there used to be a doorway here. It's gone. This is brand new to me. So now so we have to go through here, and there's another one of these devices. I've never seen a second one of those. Oh my, what is this? I mean, these are black crystals. So these are not empty crystals. Like when the power runs out of these, it becomes empty, but I don't think it's called a black crystal at that point. It's just called an empty crystal. I don't know what these may or may not be used for. I'm going to take them. This is, like I said, this is new to me. Can we access this at all? I wonder. I honestly don't expect something to happen here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Or maybe I double click no? Okay. So what is through here then? Wait a minute. What is this? Does this lead back to the main room? I didn't even notice when we were in here that this is different too. This is the first room in this building we came in. I just passed this. I didn't even notice this was different. Okay, so this leads back here. Which I'm thinking this will go... No, that's new also. Interesting. I don't want to... I'm trying to create a map in my mind here, visualize this. Okay, so this is where we would have gotten before had the other hallway been there still. Okay, so this... Okay. I'm starting to understand. Yeah, it should be a dude behind the door. Yeah, okay. I had no idea there was going to be any kind of, like, content change in this test build. And yet there is. That is awesome. I wonder what else has changed in the Crossroads. Oh, I'm going to faceplant. That's not good. Darren, you've got to be more effective. He's trying to stab with the sword that has no point. Alright. I wonder if anything else has changed on this level. That makes me wonder. Alright. So, there is a guy in here called the Captain. Make sure this is the same. Actually, I think this used to be this, maybe? I don't even... Yeah. Honestly, I don't even remember this part. That may be new. But let me take care of the Captain first. You can minionize the Captain, but I'm not going to bother with it. But there he is right there. He's got a huge axe. And we want to make sure Darren doesn't get annihilated here. Let me see if I can bolt him. There we go. That's good. That's beautiful. Oh, I one-shotted him somehow. Okay. That headshot. And you can see Captain's a skeleton too. Now, why is Darren being crazy? I think Darren thought that I was trying to attack him, because that did come kind of close. I need to calm him down. I think calm is 5? Yeah. He did calm down eventually anyway, but... Yeah, okay, I don't want this axe, by the way. Yeah, I realized too late that I swung very close to Darren there, and he took it the wrong way. Okay, so back here, there's a set of armor that's pretty decent, and the encumbrance isn't too bad. And it's in great condition always when you find it, like good condition here. These stats are not bad. These queese, like, this is not bad. I kind of want to... I sometimes will put this stuff on because it's, you know, lighter than this, but it's okay. I think I want to give it to Darren. So, and I know I said I wasn't going to do the great loot pile of Darren, but I'm doing it anyway. I'll dump this stuff out later. But yeah, this stuff is all pretty decent. I mean, it's not going to be as good stat-wise as the stuff he had, but the stats are still good, and there's not a lot of encumbrance, so I think it's a good trade. What is that? There used to be a blue crystal in here, and now there's this thing. What is going on? Alright, so we completed Darren's outfit there. And then this sword here, it's a decent sword, but whatever. Alright, so now Darren's looking good right here. That device I've never seen before, so that's also new. So now that makes me think that that device goes to this thing somehow, wouldn't you say? Right? But how would you use it? When you double-click it, it's not like it can be used. When you double-click it, it doesn't... Something tells me it's not implemented yet. Yeah, okay. That is very interesting. I wonder what that's going to be about. Alright, whoa! Someone's standing there. Let me bolt him. And I missed. And we missed again. I'm going to try to lure him down these steps. Hopefully I won't fall backwards. Oh, I did! Cool. I'm giving Darren all the time in the world to get up here and help me, and he just won't. What am I doing? Now I'm just afraid to even swing my weapon when Darren's around, because I know he's going to take it the wrong way. Alright, nice job, Darren. Okay, it's time for me to use a half salve, by the way, because I've got less than half of my health here. So I'm going to double-click the half salve and then click myself. And you will see that this starts to, the red starts to go away. So the health is regenerating. I don't know if I'm going to get back to full health from there, because I think I was a little past half. I can't remember if these jail cells were here before. I want to say that this is all new. Let me go look down this way. A captain seems more like a warden. Let's see where this goes. So this will bring us out. Let's see, where are we at? Where exactly is this? Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Okay, this is the end of the hallway we were just in. Okay. And then this is here. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, this place, man, this building has been redesigned, and I had no idea. Alright, cool. Okay, so let's continue exploring and see if anything else on this level has changed. We're still regenerating that red health here. We might get all the way, I don't know. Alright, so we should run into a Blade Master. The odds are in our favor. That's not a Blade Master. Alright. Nice hit there. Alright, trying to keep his attention so Darren can flank him. But again, he's a skeleton, so he moves very quickly. There we go. I feel like Darren was about to run at me there. We're on thin ice here. I really don't want to have to take this two-handed mace to Darren's head, but I'll do it if I have to. Alright, give us a Blade Master, please. Okay, no one here. Let's go this way. Oh, wait, whoop. What do we got? What do we got? That is a Blade Master. I'm going to try to minionize him right now, and I did. Let's see if he and Darren get along. Yeah, there's your Blade Master. If I try to change his gear or take his gear, he's going to get... Okay, he already got mad. Did he... He's still my minion, but he's mad at Darren. And I know he's still my minion because I still have all of this. Now, I can cast Calm on him like that. But that's not going to calm Darren down, which is why Calm is so stupid. So now they're mad again. All right, I'm going to undo... Oh, I cast Calm again like an idiot. I can undo... I don't have enough mana, I don't think, to undo... Let me try it. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter, you don't have to have the mana. Okay, so now he's no longer my minion, we're going to have to fight him. So I didn't think that was... honestly, I did think it was going to work. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. Alright. Blade Masters are very annoying, like I said, they parry a lot. And honestly, this... My best bet would be to dual wield, but I haven't learned... Oh, I did just learn the dual wield skill. Oh man, I don't know if I have time to switch, do I? I think I do, I think I do. There we go. Alright, let's go. Now I can have a pretty good chance of parrying as well. Darren, you gotta help me out, man. You gotta help me out. Now, I believe those Blade Master swords will do more slash damage generally than these Proctor swords, but I think the Proctor swords generally do more piercing damage, I think is what it is. Now, you'll notice because of my armor, and because... Oh, whoops. Because the Blade Master is using slash damage, and I have this armor, I didn't take any red damage, I only took stamina damage. Anyway, look at this. 4.5 slash versus 4 here, but it's not as much thrust, yeah. So... here's what's going to happen. I'm going to grab this, and then the other one I'm going to take it also. Because I'm going to want to use these in particular once we get to the sewers, and we'll find out why when we get there. But these are good for right now. So, I learned how to dual wield right there. So now I need to work on Continuity 3, that's what I'm going to do. Also, we learned... we worked on Wave, now we can get to Bubble. But we don't have Union. Ah, that's right. Okay, so in the meantime, maybe I should work on something here. But we don't have Invert, man. We'll work on Confusion for now. That'll be fine. Alright, so there's still lots more to explore here in the Crossroads, and we'll do that next time. That's it for now. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you all next time.